They say you are what you eat, so I don't eat chicken feet. But I love me some of Grandma's pickled beets. Well, cut it up, put it in the pan, throw it over your shoulder and see where it lands right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Maters, taters, beans and corn, the cows in the barn and the sheep's been shorn, kids in the barnyard chasing Grandpa's chicken. Spices, slices, cuts and dices, gonna slash your grocery prices right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Help you grow your garden good with recipes to suit your mood. Try some grub you've never tried before. Smash it with a wooden mallet, gonna educate your palate. Right here in Farmer's Kitchen, in Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. We're gonna cook something good now.
Hello and welcome to the Farmer's Kitchen. We're the farmers, and this is our kitchen. This is Nikki. And I'm Tim.
Wait a minute. I thought I was Mrs. Farmer. It's respectful to
So
me
call you Mrs. Farmer?
Yes, thank you.
See, I step out of line. I will call you Mrs. Farmer from
Okay.
now on.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Nobody can see that. This is a G-rated show.
That's right.
So a lot of times, the food that we prepare on a regular basis, we do it so often that we don't even think about showing it for the show.
Right.
So this is basically something that we have cooked for thousands and thousands and thousands of people over the years, literally, for events, so on and so forth. So this is my go-to secret.
Yes, it is.
Don't tell anybody. This is something that I'm gonna do with pork and chicken because some people like pork, some people like chicken, some people like to have that choice.
I like both.
You do like both.
One of both.
Now, if you wanted to, now a lot of people are spatchcocking their chickens right now. You can take these cutters, go right down along the backbone on either side, and just basically take this strip of meat out and use that for stock. You could boil it down for stock or whatever you want to use it for. Then you could lay that chicken open. A lot of people think that they cook better like that. I like it. You like it. I like the beautiful, complete bird. We're going to cook it on a smoker. It has brine. What happens when you brine a turkey or a chicken or a fish? You get that salt in there. What happens when the salt gets in there? It retains that moisture. And taste.
Delicious.
Taste. Taste.
Delish.
Delish. Here's what I'm going to do. This is fairly common. Now with this pork, a lot of people use mustard as a binding agent to keep your, whatever your dry rub may be on there. It doesn't affect the taste hardly at all. You would think that mustard, with its tangy taste, would have a lot of flavor here that it would impart when you're smoking it. It really doesn't, but it does add a little tang.
Delish.
It's not what you would consider a traditional mustard taste. If you don't like mustard, there's not going to be any problem here. You're not going to taste mustard outright. You're going to taste the smoke. You're going to taste the dry rub. So I'm going to just cover this area. So every square inch of this little guy will have a sticky area where I can apply my dry rub. Now I am very liberally going to come in here. I want that flavor to really come through. Yeah, we're going to put a tray under here to keep our dry rub from going everywhere. So now let's turn it up on its side. You want every bit of area covered. And we'll get every side of this. Make sure every bit of area is covered. That's a pretty yellow cloud right there. It's a beautiful yellow cloud. And some happy dry rub lays right against the edge of that yellow cloud. It's beautiful.
Yes, it is beautiful.
Just put that paint on there. Just put it on there just like it's the real thing. That could be a tiny cabin right there. That could be a bird.
I'm glad we're only doing one. We'll be here all night.
Look at that beautiful red snow. Now, we always want to keep the fat on the top. Do not forget that. So when that cooks, that fat just goes down and kind of runs down the side of it while it's cooking. And it all becomes
Yummy.
this beautiful, wonderful smell. When that smoke gets rolling and this thing's sitting out there, oh, it's just a beautiful thing. So again, this may seem like a lot, but you think about what happens when that bark on top cooks up. Oh, look at that.
Looks delish.
That's what I want my pork to look like. Oh,
It's an art piece for you, isn't it?
it's an art piece.
That's right.
So we're going to put this on the smoker at about 235 degrees. I'm telling trade secrets here, for about 11 hours. Now this is about a 6-pound deal. If you were going to go much more than that, you might want to turn your time up a little bit more, but low and slow. So what I'm going to do now with my pretty little chicken that has been brined, and again, that's going to really, with that salt, it's going to retain the moisture more. Now, you have seen our brine recipe before, but we will put it on the full screen for you. I use this for fish. I use this for my turkeys. I use this for just about anything that I smoke. So now I'm going to do the same thing here. So now we're going to liberally take our dry rub, belly down first because we want to end up breast up. And we want full flavor.
Flip.
Yep. So I put a little olive oil on here. You can put whatever you want. Sometimes I use sesame oil. And we don't care if the wings are out a little bit. Flies away. If it gets away, that's on me.
That's right.
So again, very liberally, I want to apply this. I want that taste to really sink down in there. Now when this fat starts to render and starts to come out and drip, and those flavors go on the, isn't that exciting?
Yummy, yes it is.
So this is a typical barbecue for us. Now in a minute we're going to make some sides. We're going to do some baked beans, we're going to do some potato salad, and some other things. But right now we have to take these to the smoker because it's time. So I'm giving out trade secrets here. But with this guy, about 6 pounds, it's going to be 235 for about 11 hours. This chicken, on the other hand, the great thing about some of the new smokers or the old smokers, you get that thing up to about 375, 380. Keep an eye on the internal temperature, obviously, but once you get to 165, you're good to go. A lot of times, this chicken can be done in 70, 80 minutes, but the internal temperature is what the important thing is. Now the only thing we have to do is get these guys smoking. One more thing, a lot of people use different types of wood on their smoker. Something that I really like and goes well with this particular dry rub is hickory. I love hickory. Sometimes I'll use apple, sometimes I'll use peach. Different things for different recipes, but for pork and chicken, my go-to is hickory, sometimes with a little apple. Now this is Nikki's quick and easy go-to potato salad. Now, potato salad is a personal thing. Some people like this, some people don't like that. This is ours that we've tried and tested in front of a bunch of people over the years. It's quick and easy. We use chow, which has your peppers, which has onions. So you don't have to add the peppers and onions and the sweet taste that we like with that. We've also got celery seed, and we're going to use dry rub and mayonnaise. So what is your go-to? How do you get this thing done in a boom?
So simple. I've already boiled these potatoes. I gave them 30, 40 minutes, and I put them in the fridge to chill them.
Gotcha.
So now I'm going to peel the skins off, and that just makes them easier to cut.
Just from here, I can already smell the combination of what's coming, and I like it. So this is a very basic, quick potato salad. You could add bacon, you could add whatever you want. This is our go-to. These combinations of things really add up well. For the salt and the pepper and paprika and other things that we want, we're going to use the dry rub. The celery seed is a go-to for us. It's just a thing I remember from Mom. the mustard, the chow chow, and your potatoes that you already boiled
Right.
and have pulled the skin off.
And some people do it different. I could have peeled them first, but when the kids said they were coming, I hurried up, boiled them, threw them in the fridge, so they were ready for me to peel. You could take your time, do it all together, but these have been sitting in the fridge a while.
I love potato salad. Do you want to see how happy it makes me?
Yeah, I do.
Did you see that?
I did. That was very happy. Wow.
That's how happy it makes me.
You know, usually we put celery and onions, but this time with the chow chow, that's going to be all of our. Makes it easier.
You know, this is just me, and I've had potato salad my whole life, and there's hardly any that I didn't like. But I don't like anything in there that's really crunchy or chewy. Some people like the celery that's crunchy and chewy. I would prefer to have it already cooked up or in a sweet relish fashion. That's just me.
Right.
So we're going to get the onions and we're going to get the celery and other things, but it's going to be already softer.
And this was 8 medium potatoes, and you can do whatever you want.
All right, so this is going to bring our salt and our flavors out.
And this is about a cup of mayonnaise. Some people put sour cream. We're not doing sour cream this time.
No sour cream.
And if you want more mayonnaise, put more mayonnaise, but I think this cup's going to do it. I got some mustard here. I'm going to take, just say how much is that? Tablespoon? Now go ahead and give me some chow chow. Maybe strain it a little bit and get us most of the onions,
Most
the
of the juice
peppers,
out.
and all the good stuff in there.
Now see, this is chow chow. Everybody says, what's chow chow? Now most people know, but on the occasion you'll have somebody who just has not experienced chow chow. It's a magic thing that you put in soup beans, you use for a relish on hot dogs, you put it next to your meat. It's something that you can use for so many things, and we do. Tartar sauce, so many things.
See what you think. Taste it, because it might need more. A little more chow chow?
That's delightful.
Delightful? Okay. If we need more, we'll add after. How's that?
I think a little more sweet might not
I do
it.
like more sweet.
You want a little more sweet?
And we can still stir it up and add more after you taste it.
That's kind of beautiful.
All right.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
And if you want to add a little more of your seasoning, or just put it on the top for pretty, it's up to you. What do you think?
Once you get mixed up,
Yeah.
oh, that's good. All right, now we're transferring it into a pretty bowl. There's going to be 5 of us tonight,
That's right.
so
We'll eat all
everybody's going to
this.
get a small portion of this. This will be gone.
Yes, it
I
will.
guarantee you. Now, one of the things we're going to do here is just top this off. Normally, we would use some smoked paprika. Just look at that. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. We're giving away a lot of trade secrets today. We have literally made this for probably 10,000 people over the years. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to let you on an inside secret. We've been cooking our beans already. So we're going to take our chow chow. Now we like our beans sweet. This is something that we use in so many recipes. You see us canning it, we're using it. So it's got peppers in it. It's got everything that we need.
We already put a little bit in, so
We
you want a
put
little bit
green
more?
peppers in earlier. So this is going to give a little bit of onion, red pepper. I can already start smelling it.
And this is simpler because you don't have to cook your onions and peppers and cut them up. We didn't have to cut anything.
Exactly.
I like that.
These are things that we made over the years, so they all go together. We love barbecue, and people seem to love to have this combination of things together. All right, we've got our dry rub here. And this gives you that smoky, deep, rich flavor. Something you gotta have. You've gotta have sorghum to make a proper bean dish. And we're not measuring here. A couple of tablespoons for everything. Now, usually I put a little brown sugar in. We've got this so sweet, I'm not gonna put too much in there, but we like our stuff sweet. Now, you could put bacon on top of this, but, oh, the smell.
This is like candy beans.
There's absolutely never gonna be such a thing as smell-o-vision, but wouldn't that be wonderful if
Yes.
there was?
Oh, wow.
You know when it's right. It's got that right smell. Let's pop that in at 350. Again, these have been cooking already. We've just added some more stuff. Everything that we've put in here doesn't need to cook. One more little secret. A little dry mustard seed. I'm just gonna shake that over the top.
Yummy.
Oh, my.
Delish.
This show's gonna have to be labeled top secret.
That's all right.
Mission possible.
That's right.
All right, so we're ready to pop those in. Now we're gonna cook those beans. Again, they've been cooking for a couple hours already.
Yeah.
You will see when they start to bubble up, we're good to go. You can also put, if you want to get a little more smoky flavor, you can put some smoke flavoring in there.
I think they got a good amount of flavor and it's delish. You don't need anything else. Perfect.
I thought you were laughing at me.
Oh, no, it's beautiful. I'm excited.
It's beautiful, like you, Mrs. Farmer.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I called you Mrs. Farmer, I didn't call you Nikki.
Did. Maybe now
don't
I
wanna
want to
get
be
in
called
trouble.
Nikki.
You want to be called Nikki now?
Yes, yeah, I do.
See, that's her prerogative.
That's right.
And everything changes from day to day. One thing you might notice earlier, we wrapped this up and put it into a cooler. It's now almost still too hot to touch 2 hours later. So let's pull our pork and we'll show you how we get that ready for consumption.
Ooh,
Now, first of all, let's set that down here and look at that. This is what
it's beautiful.
you want. You want that perfect bark. You want the bone to be coming out. Look at this. The bone is now officially out. That bark should be absolutely, it's kind of hard over here. It's still soft over here on the fat.
That's the good
Look
stuff.
at that. Here's the best bite right here. Taste that right
I
there.
just took some too.
Is it edible?
That's amazing.
Oh. There is magic in pork and smoke.
Oh yeah.
It's just magic. I'm gonna let you, if you will, show off your pulling skills. Now, some people like a pork plate. In Western Kentucky, I used to love to go to certain places out by the lake. And there's one particular place that has,
Not as good as this though.
it's pretty close. But this is what I strove to do years and years ago to get close to what they do. Now, there's many things that you could do at this point. You can leave it plain. This is fine, just like it is. But for the crowd that is coming over here, they're gonna want these on sandwiches. So what I'm gonna do is just to add a little more flavor, I'm gonna go ahead and put just a little bit of dry rub throughout this. So we're gonna put just a little bit of some barbecue sauce in there. Not a lot, I don't want it sopped up with it. But this is not a really thick, syrupy barbecue sauce, but it does really lend flavor to it. And it just keeps that moisture in there. There's still another probably hour out. But I think we're gonna have to sample this very shortly before they get here, just to make sure.
Yeah, we can eat again. We can eat twice.
Yeah, we can eat twice. So we are almost there, Mrs. Farmer. It is 10 after.
Okay.
The chicken should be done. Let me tell you one little trick about smoking. If you're just beginning, don't be alarmed if you find some pink in your meat. Always use your meat thermometer. Smoking creates what they call a smoke ring. There will be pink. Make sure you're up to temperature or above. But if you see some pink in there, that's the nature of smoking. Now, our chicken is going to be well above the 165. It'll probably be 170, 175. And our pork is well above the 160 that is safe. It's probably 175, 180. But it's done, it's beautiful. We know when to take it off because we've done this about 60 million times over the years.
Yes.
And we don't get to eat our own stuff very often, so this is a treat.
Very exciting.
So Nick and Victrola, you remember them? They got married on the show back in the day. They will be here shortly, they'll be hungry. Kelly is a little bit lactose intolerant, so she's gonna put mayonnaise on her corn.
I want mayonnaise on my corn.
Oh, now you can put mayonnaise and cheese, whatever you want. And we're gonna put some dry rub on there as well. Because this whole theme is barbecue. So let's go check our chicken. Let's let this get boiling. Our beans are bubbling. We're there. Now, as usual, when we're in our kitchen, we're making a show about what we're actually eating tonight. I want you to take a look
Oh, wow.
at how moist that is, how absolutely wonderfully moist that is. Look at the juice pouring out of there. That's what happens when you brine your chicken. So we're pulling out those juicy pieces of chicken.
Wow.
Oh, I can't really stand it. Now let me show you something else we're gonna do here. So here we got our chicken, we got our little sandwich. Now I'm gonna do a plate of just pulled pork. This is mayonnaise. Now, I don't know if you've ever had Mexican street corn, but a lot of people use mayonnaise. Kelly has a bit of a dairy issue, and so she started putting mayo on here. And here's how we do in our Kentucky.
A little bit of dry rub. Yummy.
We're keeping the theme going. It's all barbecue here. So let's see what we've got. So it came to our attention, Kelly noticed that there are tomatoes, taters, beans, and corn.
Sing it as you say
The cows in the barn and the sheep's been shorn. Where did that come from?
I don't know.
Look at all this. What are you gonna try first?
Corn.
I knew it.
I love corn. I'll make a mess. Oh, wow.
You get a little tang with that mayonnaise.
Oh, that's
You're
good.
used to the butter. You get a little tang with that.
That's a nice tang. That is really good.
You gotta try the sandwich.
Yummy.
You're taking baby bites.
Delish.
I'm just gonna have a big plate of this in a little while.
Me too. Chicken?
I want you to look at the moisture in this chicken. Think about that. Did you get some skin?
Oh, wow. That's delish.
And the flavors just keep on coming.
That's delicious.
I know what you like.
Potato salad. Little bite.
You're a tater salad girl.
Little bite.
Can
That's
you
really
dig
good.
it?
Oh, it's really good.
Oh, I could eat a whole bowl of that.
I'm gonna try some beans. I can't wait.
And how are the beans?
Delicious too. It's all amazing. They're really sweet, and I like the chow chow, and it makes it good because it's cooked. All the vegetables are cooked, and it's nice and tasty and sweet.
So they're gonna be here in a few minutes. We'll send you pictures of their happy faces.
That's right.
When they get here. But first of all, if somebody walked up to you and said, Mrs. Farmer, is that food really that good? What would you say?
I said it's amazingly yummy, delicious, Papa.
See, she likes me, I think.
It's good.
So anyhow, and they wanted to know where you could get the recipe. Where would you do that?
I go to timfarmerscountrykitchen.com.
And if you want to be our friend on Facebook, which is rather difficult because there's so many steps, what would you do?
I hit like.
That's it?
That's it. You're there.
You know what? I'm turning the lights and the cameras out because we're going to eat all of this.
You're gonna
and just-
save some for the kids?
Oh yeah, we're going to save some for the kids. I'm going to
Okay.
eat most of this.
Okay.
And I thank you for watching, tuning in to Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. We'll see you next week for a brand new Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. What could we possibly cook up
I don't
next week? Because it's all about
Good times.
good friends.
Really good eats.
See you next week. We have been catering for a lot of years, and I wanted everything to have a specific taste. Therefore, I had to come up with my own products.
Right.
A dry rub, chow chow, and our barbecue sauce are something that we use in all our catering gigs. I developed this barbecue sauce that is not the really thick, syrupy stuff that you get. This has more of a natural, it's got some pepper and onion flavor in it. You can actually see the particulates in there. You know, a lot of people are asking what we use our dry rub on. Now, obviously, pork and chicken are two of the more common things. Also, we've been using on our corn on the cob with butter.
That is.
I'm telling you, this
It's
stuff
wonderful.
with potatoes is fantastic. So 40 years in the making, Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen Dry Rub.